it's Rogan, and I'm here to talk to you about Flareon deck on regionals for regionals recently. So basically, the deck revolves around getting Pokemon on the discard, doing tons of damage, and using Archie to get Empoleon onto your bench. The deck was piloted by, there was a few people who played it. Orion Craig, Michael Canavis, Grafton Roll, myself, Jim Roll, and Carson Roll played the deck, and I was the one who performed the worst, going 4-2 and no, I went 5-3-1. That's how I 5-3-1. My 3 losses were to Yveltal Hard Charm, which is also my tie. It's a really hard matchup just because like, the 190 damage is really difficult to hit. He got set up faster than me, had trumps when he needed them, and I couldn't respond in turn with my fast turns. I lost the game by like 10 damage, to be completely honest, which was really frustrating. I lost to a Night March deck that played Silver Mirror, which just puts it in their favor because Night March is already in their favor, and Silver Mirror changes the park up a little bit. And then I lost to Groudon Focus Sash deck because it wasn't a hard deck to play against. It was just that it was so bulky that the damage I was doing seemed insignificant for most of the game, and I just couldn't kill him fast enough to win game 3. If I had a little bit more time, I would have had the game, I think, but time was called, and game 3 just went to him. So without further ado, I'm going to give you his deck. There's 4 Flareon for the attack Vengeance, 20 plus 10 for every Pokemon you discard. It's the main point of the deck, Flareon. We got 3 Leafeon for Energy Crush, which is 20 times the number of energy on your opponent's side of the field. Usually it's a huge Toad counter. They put up some Seismitoad, they're like, we're going to lock this kid out of the game. You can't use trainers, so the deck is mostly trainer based. You just go attach 1 energy to Leafeon, smack for 80 damage, and they just go, well, I can only hit you for 10. If I have a muscle band attached, I can hit you for 30. I think I lose. It's your biggest Toad counter. I played 4 Energy Evolution Eevees because I just like the ability for the Energy Evolution, but in hindsight, 3 Signs of Illusion, the Eevee's better because it's got 10 extra HP to stand up to Crobat and Landers on turn 2, so they have to overextend to kill a thing on your bench. There's 2 Empoleon in the deck for Dive and Draw, and Attack Command as an ability. And they're in the deck for, there's no Pip-Up or Pip-Up, but I'll explain with the Archies in a little bit. There's a 1/1 Swirlix Slurpuff line for Tasting, which is its ability. Just when it's active, you draw 2 cards. When it's on your bench, you draw 1. So basically, it's just a free draw every turn. You're not set back too far behind. You can try to fish for what you need late game. 2 Audinos to get rid of status conditions. Usually, sleep and poison can be a big deal. I lost one of my games because I couldn't wake up from sleep flip, and both my Audinos were prized. In my last 2 prizes, and I just needed to wake up from the sleep flip to kill his Toad and win the game. But it happens sometimes. 2 Dittos, just it's 70 HP, you can evolve into whatever you need. Next turn you can go Eevee into a Flareon, Eevee into a Leafeon, Eevee or Slurpuff into a Slurpuff, whatever you need, it's just really utility based. 2 Exeggcutes, you're discarding a lot with this deck, you're going to be drawing a ton. Conserving resources is important, so when you're tossing stuff to Ultra Ball, getting that in the perfect number with Archie's 2 eggs really helps. 2 Jirachi, you put very little supporters in the deck, so just getting to those supporters is a big deal. The Jirachis are huge in this matchup just because like you can plop one down, get a support you need, you're not really set too far behind, and you usually have 1 prize or you open 1. Mr. Bob is really good against Landers and Crobat because they can't hurt you. Landers can't hurt your bench, and that's really big in that matchup. And it's just pretty self-explanatory. It's just on your bench, and that's the Pokemon line. Now on to the supporters. There's only 3 Juniper in the deck. You don't really need 4. we found ourselves during testing that we didn't need it, so we cut it down to 3. It seemed kind of ludicrous at the time, but it was running smoothly, so we didn't have an issue with it. There's 1 N in the deck. Pretty self-explanatory. It's there for, so you have a bad opening hand, like 3 DCs, Flareon, you want to discard any of that, you just plop down a Jirachi, get the N, use it, whatever you need to do, like an N late game, like say a 10 card hand you have, and like you have 2 cards in deck and your trump is prize. Oh, I'm going to VS Secret my N back, I'll play it, and I'll still have a deck, and I won't lose by decking myself out, which is a real concern with this deck, so be very careful. There's 1 Lysandre, just so you can VS Secret as many times as you need, bring up stuff and kill it, whatever you need to kill. Usually the next Pokemon, take those 2 prizes, make yourself sit in a good place. 1 trump card. This is a weird addition to the deck, you might think, but trump card is really good because late game, when you have a Empoleon on your field, you can just pop up a trump card, sit back, and get some resources back, keep setting up, and while you're setting up really quickly, all your resources are back in the deck, so you can just go through everything really fast again. And you're just impeding your opponent. You're giving your opponent stuff back, but you're hurting them at the same time because they can't draw into that stuff as fast as you can, which is really good for you. There's 1 Archie's Ace in the Hole, which is what the deck revolves around. Getting to that 1 card in hand to get that Empoleon out is really, really big. If you can do this turn 1, it's awesome. It's probably the ideal turn 1 supporter to use to get an Empoleon out. Orion, I think, did it like 8 games out of like 13 when I talked to him at regionals. At the first 13 games he did it. I did it myself like 7 times out of like 15 games I played. So it's like a 50% chance you're going to get it all. Just looking at your opening hand, like you're like, oh, I see Ultra Balls in my hand, I see a Compressor, I see blah blah blah, you're good to go. There's the Ace spec is Computer Search. Just get your supporter, get what you need, your turn going, opening hand, whatever. It's just a great Ace spec overall. There's 4 VS Seekers to get supporters back, whatever you need to get. Juniper, N, Lysandre, Trump, Archie's, all there. There's 4 Battle Compressor of the deck. The deck revolves around the Battle Compressor engine, getting 3 cards into your discard. Normally you'll get 3 Pokemon or 2 Pokemon and a supporter, so you can grab one VS Seeker, etc. Like it's what the deck revolves around. Just getting Pokemon to discard, doing damage with Flareon. 4 Ultra Balls. Normally you think, oh, 4 Ultra Balls, I'm discarding a lot of stuff. Why not just play Plasma Ball because you play Flareon and Leafeon? Well, we thought about that, but 4 Ultra Ball with 2 eggs is just so much better because you can drop what you need. You can Ultra Ball for a Pokemon, Ultra Ball that Pokemon away. You can get whatever you need. It's just Ultra Ball is just an outright better card. There's 4 Acro Bike. It's just you draw through your deck fast. You get Acro Bike is top 2 cards. Grab one in your hand, discard the other. So you're just going, pop, I don't need this Pokemon, toss it, I don't need this, go, 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 and you're just speeding through your deck. There's 2 Silver Bangle, just pop them on a Flareon, you're doing tons of damage to an EX Pokemon. So it's just, out of nowhere, you could be like, oh, they just trumped me this turn, they're sitting there going, there's no way you're going to one-shot my Landorus, maybe, or like one-shot my Eevee, and you're just going, Compressor, 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 drop a bunch of shit. Ultra Ball is just Empoleon, whatever, it's just Bangle, 170 damage, and they're like, well, it's dead. I guess it's dead. 1 Floatstone, Slurpuff usually gets it. Whatever needs to get out of the active spot, it's your only switch card in the deck, so you have to be careful with that. 1 Town Map, just lets you know what your prizes are, you get what you need when you need it. Say like you have 2 DC prizes, 2 Flareon prizes, you grab those and you're like, okay, I'm in a good space. 1 Training Center, Stadium gives Stage 1 issues 30 HP. Stadiums are big right now, so you need to be able to bump Silent Lab. If you can bump a Silent Lab, you win the game, because Silent Lab is the one thing that slows this deck down, because you need the Jirachi turn 1 sometimes, and if you can't use it because of Silent Lab, it sucks. Deck plays 4 DCE, it's probably your biggest. You just pop it on a Flareon, bam, I'm doing Vengeance, good attack, whatever. 2 Water Energy, and those are both for Empoleon. Leafeon's attack is a Colorless for Energy Crush, so you just pop it, Energy Crush, so you don't need, it's just any energy, like any of these 7 energies that fulfills the need. There's 1 Grass for Leafeon's second attack. So that's the deck. Thank you for watching, please subscribe, and yeah.